done some things through the years. So first thing is, why would you want to do an RPO? Why do you want to do them? Why do you want to carry them in your offense? They seem to be the fad. They've been that way for the last couple of years. And I think defenses have caught up a little bit. And so they're adding some new challenges to the RPO game. If you were doing these 10 years ago, you're probably gashing people for 500 yards a game doing these sort of things. I know I've been able to do those, and they've caught up a little bit more. And I think that's good. And there's we're trying to play that cat and mouse game and stay ahead. But you do it because you want to put some stress on the defensive coaches and defensive players to be right schematically. Okay, you want them to feel like anytime that the ball is snapped that there's some sort of option responsibility for a defender. And you know what I mean when I say option. So in this pay, we're talking about run pass option. If you're running the quarterback or you're under center, you're doing triple option things, you're reading some extra defender in the box. Okay. My favorite word in football right now, and it has been for the last couple of years, is distortion. Right here in the right, you see a picture. Okay. Hopefully you can see my mouse, but that's called a Hoberman sphere. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's that toy, right, where you can kind of pull it apart and, put it back together. I show that to the offensive kids probably once a year. And I have one on my desk. And I say, the game of football really is not very complicated in the sense of if the objective offensively is to get the ball from one side of that sphere to the other. And now, right, you can push that ball back. Okay, you can throw over that ball, or you can distort it and pull apart and kind of go through it. And I think that's what RPOs do a lot. And really in any play that we run offensively, we're trying to create some distortion. And I think it's something that you need to be cognizant of when you are putting together plays, you're putting together an offensive package. We want to make sure that we're not wasting any snaps by running things into really non-favorable looks. Okay, so we're not just wasting it and sitting there after a game going, that's just a bad picture, that's a bad box, that's a bad call. We're not going to be able to get a completion there. Okay, I think this is really important. Okay, that second bullet there is, allowing your quarterback to go through this or that decision making. What I'm talking about really specific, really finite, one stimulus, one response thinking for the quarterback. Okay, I'm a huge believer in eliminating variables for the quarterback, and really in all players, quite honestly, to eliminate variables for them. So to communicate with him and say, this is exactly what you're looking at. This is the guy. If he does this, then you're going to throw the ball. If he does that, you're going to hand it off. Okay, and don't paralyze him with variables. Don't paralyze him with too much. Hey, if the DN does this and then the linebacker does that, then we can throw it. Too much for them to see. Okay, one stimulus, one response. I think no matter what kind of offensive system you run, okay, you can figure out ways to put run pass option game into it. Okay, you can figure out ways to have your favorite run schemes combined with your favorite pass schemes. Okay, so do that for your kids. And then at the end of the day for them, and we say this a lot, anything that we try to decide what we're going to do offensively, it's same as teaching for your kids. And I'll show you some examples, different run schemes on film, combined with various pass schemes and how we would read it. And then we want to be able to have our kids and put them in a position so that they can be successful and they can execute. Now, the two E words that a lot of people spend time talking about, especially as applies to offensive football, the first one